welcome one and all. Going to kind of cut right to the chase. Some of you, by our invitation, are here tonight. We're applicable with my two church mice, Peter and Paul, forever and ever. Those of you that might find out about this in replay, as of June 23rd, Eastern Standard Time, a little bit after 7 p.m., 7 a.m. with Tim over in China, we have accomplished the mission of being on camera for the first time in a little bit. And I'm going to let Tim segue right in. And any of you that might not have had the opportunity to go to the Prelude show, which was released in the confines of last week, I kind of went through very quickly directly from Tim's website, which he's going to expand upon in more detail about the light body spiritual healing overall. Tim, my friend, I thought for a while there we would never get to talk again, and that's a joke because Tim and I have talked behind the scenes, email and what have you, since like March, right, Tim, when it all started to kind of unravel for a moment for a lot of reasons. It's been a couple months, right?
Since April 16th, Bill.
Okay. Yep.
I periodically check my astrology forecast to see what's going on, and it told me I would have difficulties for 2 months, starting in April 16th. And Bill, I tell you what, it was the most challenging 2 months I have had that I can ever remember. Complications, my computer crashed 3 times, had difficulties reloading programs. I had trouble with my website, reloading things on my website, taking things off, and so forth and so forth. But finally, from April 16th to June 16th, almost there. I've got a couple of challenges left, and I'm sure they'll get worked out next week. But pleased to be back with you. And,
we love it.
And like I said, we do astrology and numerology reports on the website that are the most accurate reports, both numerology and the astrology, and they're very helpful to let you know your abilities, your talents, your knowledge, your wisdom, plus your challenges. And all I had to do was, when these challenges came up, and Bill, it was one right after another, and it kept digging a deeper hole, which affected my bank, my financial situation, PayPal, my customers. It's like, oh my God. But I knew
Ben had done that. I do have total empathy for you. It was years ago for me, but Ben had done that, and you're bringing back such vivid, not so pleasant situations to have to work through. So I'm just glad that it's much better, and you're obviously seeing light at the proverbial end of the tunnel. You're getting there.
Well, you have to remain strong and know that there's a reason for everything. And you look for the reason. And Bill, actually, I had to rebuild my computer and everything. And in doing so, I found things that could be even better on my computer. So it's almost like things had to happen so that I could improve on my situation going forward in life with the website and my computer and my communications with the world. And channel.
Now with that vast repertoire and resume and life experiences that you already have, I kid a little bit, but what you say is so true. So you, in a very tenuous at the time situation, you've come out learning so much more, and maybe that's ultimately going to enhance the whole thing. But isn't it phenomenal that you were told it was going to happen in April and it almost happened to the day? What did they even get that right? Did it happen pretty much on?
And it told
close enough. Close enough.
Told me it would last to 2 months, and it did to June 16th, and then
that's crazy.
And then after June 16th, everything seems to fall right back in place, and here we're connected again, and. Even better, because this is a good place for you, meeting in this meeting room.
It really is. And real quickly, I'll talk more about this in my daily show commencing tomorrow, my Tuesday, as it becomes. About Tim and I have done this. It's a very long story. Very long story. Tim and I have done this studio before together, separately, trying it different ways and all of that. Very long story. And again, through trials and tribulations, you come out on the backside sometimes learning something. So here we are, good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. This should really enhance visual enhancement, all kidding aside, and certainly audio.
Right.
So I'm going to let Tim segue right in. This is a topic that we've talked about before. I've talked about it separately, and like I said, just very recently in the Prelude Show. But you can't talk about this one enough, including right now. I think it's a wonderful place to start anew with Tim and I. Tim and I never went away, but new under the technical stuff. So here we are. Tim, I'm going to let you segue right in, my friend. Bring us right up to speed as you see fit to do so.
Well, Bill, we're going to talk about the light body, which psychiatrists and psychologists refer as the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind is actually our light body, and our light body is the accumulation of all we are and from the beginning, from the time we were created, through all our incarnations, everything we have learned is in our light body. And it's our wisdom, it's our truth, it's our abilities, it's also our fears and unhealthy feelings. Now, we have the prayer to remove emotional parasites that will take fears and unhealthy feelings off of our light body immediately. I mean, it's just a matter of and people can't believe it's immediate, but it's a spiritual tool that you move the energy from your light body, which is your third chakra, you move it up to your heart chakra, and you release it in love. And it happens immediately. But what I have found recently, and what I was taught recently, is all feelings or thoughts that are persistent and not to the highest degree. It's, for an example, let's say for an example that I meet somebody and I have a feeling I don't like this person. Well, it's just a subtle feeling, and I file it away, and that feeling goes into my light body. And so if I think about it, and later on in the day I might think, oh, I saw this person and I don't really care for this person. Now, we're all created in the image and likeness of God. We're all brothers and sisters. God loves everyone. God has no judgment on anyone. And God accepts everyone as they are. Now, this is our responsibility too. We're in this Earth Spiritual Training School. We're here training to be co-creators of God. And we're in the final stages of our ascension, which is coming into becoming a co-creator of God. So these subtle thoughts of, I don't like this person, we've got to get rid of it. And so all you have to do, just like the fear, like this feeling is not mine, this feeling does not belong to me, I release this feeling in love now and forever. We use this for fears and unhealthy feelings. Now we can use it for these subtle thoughts, these subtle things that come into our minds that are detrimental to our ascension process because it's not godlike. And we have to remove everything not godlike from our light body so that we can ascend to the next level of soul development. So it's just these subtle little things you have to remember. The conscious mind can only hold one thought at a time. So if you're thinking about, oh, I don't like this person, you can't be thinking about, I'm becoming a co-creator of God. I'm a spiritual being. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am abundancy. Instead of thinking of anything positive or what's our responsibility for the day and what do we have to do next, we've got this interrupting thought, a subtle feeling that's interfering with our ascension process. So we can use this prayer just for these subtle little thoughts that are interfering with our daily life. So it's just when a unhealthy feeling or thought comes up about anybody or any situation or a judgment or anything like that, just say, this feeling is not mine. This feeling doesn't belong to me. I release this feeling in love now and forever. Amen. And it's gone. It's gone completely off of our light body. So that's basically who we are now. Psychiatrists, what we need to talk about in the future, Bill, on what's coming to mind, what the Golden Ones are recommending, is emotional things that have control of the body. For example, anger, impatience, just things that frustration, just things that just gets the soul out of their normal, relaxed environment. There's a technique to remove these. It's a very difficult technique. Not difficult to do, but difficult to tolerate. And so it would be good if we talked about this the next time. And it's on the website. It's and I'll have it ready the next time.
Okay.
What it is. It's something to the effect of meditation for the removal of emotional feelings or something like that. I'll find it on the website.
That's definitely a video within the master library, for sure.
Yeah.
Thepathtooneness.com for those of you that may want to navigate the website. Yep, continue.
And that's another thing, Bill, is going back to the website a little bit, is we went in, I say we, with the guidance of the Golden Ones, and
Correct.
We organized the website. We removed all the prices attached to anything. We went through and checked downloading. You can go to, it's called Sitemap. It's at the top of the web page, and it'll take you to a list of, oh my God, 1 to 200 articles there. And and the first part, if you click on any of those, you can download them immediately. And I've tested it out, and it works very, very well. So you can download any MP3. Now, the importance of downloading these MP3s, and you can download 100 of them if you want, free. You can put them on your phone or an iPad, and in your spare time, you can just listen to them, which the purpose of these MP3s is that the soul listening to them will empower themselves to find the power within themselves of their connection with God, their spiritual teachers, their angels and archangels. And it's like, some people would say, oh yeah, this is fairy tale logic or teachings and so forth. No, it's not. It's real. Everyone has the power. Everyone's here to become a co-creator of God, and we have teachers and guardian angels that will assist us if we invite them in, because this is a free will universe, and we can't tell someone else what to do, and they can't tell us what to do unless we invite them in and ask for their advice. So what we do is you have to learn to ask your teachers for assistance or guidance. It's like you may just have a simple challenge in your life and say, oh, loved ones, please guide me. Invite them in. And it doesn't have to be anything formal like a prayer, like, oh, spiritual teachers, oh, angels and archangels, oh, we love, nothing fake, nothing formal like that. Just like you're talking to a friend. Hey, I have this situation, guide me. And then listen in your mind, because that's how they speak. When we leave this realm and ascend to the next realm, all communications is done through thoughts. thought is a powerful thing. You direct your energy towards someone. And so when you direct your energy, your thoughts, and you can ask verbally or you can ask in your mind, hey, I've got this problem, guide me and instruct me. And then watch, see what you do. Bill, it's amazing. I had, especially during the last 2 months, I've had these challenges, and it's like, geez, what do I do? And then I was saying, okay, I've got this challenge. What do I do? And then I kind of listen and I get an idea. And I go, oh, yeah,
Right.
let me try that. And and it leads me to another idea, and then I find my solutions. So it's a matter of it's a teaching tool to teach you to listen to your thoughts, listen to your teachers, listen to your loved ones, because they want to help you. But I won't say it's frustrating for them, but it's like, if you want to help someone and they're not listening to you, I won't say it will cause you frustration, but it's like, I don't know. I tried to help them. I've had a situation where I had a couple of friends that had a disease, and I recommended the lemon and baking soda for them.
Right.
And the doctors were recommending chemotherapy. Now, chemotherapy, I was told this in 1990, kills the cells, and you need to recondition the cells. And so I told them about this, but they didn't believe in. The doctors concerned them that no, chemotherapy will do it. Well, both my friends died, all right, without trying the lemon and bacon soda. So it's like, it's like, I, I don't, I tried to help them, but you can't help someone.
But you can be consoled in the fact that you did, as opposed that you didn't. So I mean, you did what you could do. It's tough. Those situations are tough. I mean, some people just are gonna do whatever.
Their time was up. Their time was up, and it's like, as much as you want to help them, um, they,
Sometimes you just can't.
yeah,
With all good intentions, you just can't. They have to be receptive.
right. And
So it's tough.
they put their trust in someone else instead of putting their trust in themselves, and
Yep.
they gave their power away to someone else, and
Yep.
that's basically what our website does. It wants the soul to find the power within them, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. All these tools are on the website to assist souls in finding that power within themselves. So, oh, and another thing, Bill, we did on the website, you probably haven't noticed this. On the membership page, we're selling membership for $1. Now, if you give something away free, it's not accepted. But I can give it away free. It's not a big deal. But when someone pays $1 for a membership, then I know they're ready to make a commitment. All right, and they're willing.
It's a good point.
And
It's a good point.
they're willing to listen. They're making a commitment to themselves. I'm going to spend $1. I want, and this, and it's regardless what situation is in your life, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and they want to improve it and find the power within themselves and take control. And in the membership program, all I do is, when they're ready, they come and talk to me and say, I got this. And then we give them a suggestion. The Golden Ones and I will listen and give them a suggestion. And then if they never want to call us again, that's fine. And if they want to call us the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, that's fine too. So we leave it up to the soul to determine when they want the training, when they want the consultation, when they want the assistance, and when they want the help. So that was the guidance that the Golden Ones wanted us to do with the membership program, is to get the person to make a commitment. Then we know that they're ready. They're ready to take the journey.
And really, real quickly, think of in anybody's existence, all the things, whatever they may be, and as crazy as they may be when they're free, there is an intrigue to, oh, it's free, it's free, it's free, or whatever. There's an intrigue to that. My point being, I know in my desk drawer across the room, I probably got a stack this thick of stuff like free car wash at Jimmy's, what? I'll probably never use them, but it was free. It's the intrigue of free sometimes. So to Tim's point, if I really wanted my car washed, I would probably use the coupon. When you really are ready to do something, you'll invest in it. And if you don't invest in yourself, well, what's a buck? Especially nowadays, you can't buy a pack of chewing gum for a buck. Or if you can, write me a letter. Not so much gum, but it's not the price tag. To Tim's point, if you pay for something, in my humbler opinion, you're ready to get involved because you're paying to do so. You're making an effort. You're at that crossroads that you're making an effort. Well, I got to try something. And Tim and I have talked about a lot of this. Tim and I have been, believe it or not, other than the last couple of months, all kidding aside, Tim and I have been talking on the air off and on since 2023. And up until the last couple of months, the previous, with some bells and whistles, well, the previous 14 to 16 months, we pretty much got in monthly shows one way or the other. So my point is, and I've been a member officially of the program since February of last year, and I go in very often, and I still haven't gone A to Z to all of it because it's so encompassing. There's so many of them. But I'll stand corrected on that. I've gone through every video. I haven't gone through every video to go back and dissect it like I like to do. But I am in the process, probably about the halfway point. And refresh my memory, Tim, I know there's a bunch of videos. There's a bunch of them. We'll just say, find out for yourself with all due respect, the path to oneness. In my humble opinion, if you edify yourself to what it is, and and again, Tim, we just said this in the green room again, it's something that's not for everybody. And it won't be. It just won't be. Perhaps for all the wrong reasons, a discussion for another time, but it won't be for everybody. That's why we want.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tim, please.
Yeah, another thing we did, Bill, is the books. We put the books up in a PDF form, so you can.
I did see that.
You can download the books free, if you're interested in that. And we have one audio book. And I tried to put that up on the website, but it's too large to put on the website. But if someone clicks in and sends me an email, I will send them the audio book. All right.
Got it.
To them. And that's for people that can't read and they want to listen to it. They can listen to it. And that's another thing, too, that the MP3s are good for, is people that can't read visually.
There's some people that literally can't, but there's also some people. We're all different human beings. Our senses. Some people get so much more audio-wise, just in and of itself, because they do too. They just do. It plays to that sense more so than a visual sense. Sometimes I've had that said to me a lot. Like, I really like your audios, and I see them. What are you saying about my video? It's just me, But they say, no, it really resonates with me more. And I've had it go both ways. It's just accentuating, the senses. So I think audio books definitely have a place. But to your point, there are a lot of people that just can't read.
Or if you're running or jogging or driving in a car, you have a long trip, and you want to listen to something.
It's kind of hard to watch a video while you're jogging. It is. It is. So audios are great.
So
I'm a big walker. I'm sorry, Tim. I'm a big walker, and I love to listen, and I do, on my headphones while I walk, to many of the audios on the path to one.
We have a lot of other MP3s we could put up, but we're not putting up anymore because
You have
Um,
enough. You have enough.
there's enough
There's a
out there.
pretty good breadth of
Yeah,
products. There's a
there's enough
pretty
out
good breadth of
there,
products.
and so forth. Plus, there's 3 meditation programs up there. Oh,
Yep.
beginner meditation, intermediate meditations, and advanced
Yep.
meditations, and so forth. So anyone that wants to get in and develop their connection. I had a friend once, not a friend, an associate from India, and they wanted to learn how to raise the Kundalini. I don't.
Right.
Do you know what the Kundalini is, Bill?
I do, but why? I'm going to pretend I don't because I want you to edify it to
Okay.
everybody. Please. I
Well,
do. I do. I do. Yeah.
okay. So the Kundalini is this energy at the root of the spine, at
Right.
your root chakra, and if you if you activate it, it will move up all your chakras, stimulate your crown chakra, and it just stimulates your crown chakra, and
It does.
it broadens all your chakras. Well, when I first started to meditate back in 1972, I activated my Kundalini. Now,
Correct.
I couldn't even spell chakra at the time, Bill, so I didn't know what was happening to me. But as long as I said the prayer of protection, I knew that whatever happened to me during my meditation, it was divine
Correct.
orchestrated. So I would say the prayer of protection, I'd go into meditation, and then my chakras one by one would be activated. I'd see colors, and then I would feel in my root chakra. Then I would have feelings in my solar plexus, and then I would hear noises in my ears and
Yep.
energy moving up my arm, and then my mind's eye would be activated, and then I spiraled out of my body. Well, people want to raise the Kundalini just to say they raised the Kundalini.
Correct.
It's not like I raised the Kundalini, not knowing I raised the Kundalini, only because I was meditating to be a perfect servant for God. And by me dedicating myself to God, not knowing at the time who God was, all right, um, that activated the Kundalini because it wasn't self, it wasn't, excuse me, it wasn't for self, the ego, it was for in service for God. So that's
Correct.
what activated the Kundalini. And anybody in India that is attempting, they sit in meditation for an hour and he contacted me, how do I raise the Kundalini? How do I raise the Kundalini? But you can't teach that to sincerely wanting to serve God unless you have that feeling. Not to say, "Oh, I raised the Kundalini."
Correct.
That's not in service of God. That's in service of
Correct.
self. So,
Correct.
anyone interested? There's just so much that we were taught on all aspects of life, and like I said, the membership program. We're glad to talk to anybody on any issues they're having and their challenges in life, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. So, but the light body is accumulation. You know, you you hear of these children that are born mentally disabled. All right,
Correct.
but yet again, you see that they can sit down at a piano and play a masterpiece
Yep.
of artists, conductors, and so forth. And where does that knowledge and come from? It comes from their light body. All right. It's
Correct.
just that mentally they may not be in this reality functioning, but their light body is connected to their light body to demonstrate what they have learned from previous carnations that gives them the ability to sit down at a piano and play a phenomenal piece of music. So, um, your light body is your subconscious. Your subconscious is the accumulation of everything you've ever been and all your carnations. And we will tell, well, let's see, well, we'll tell you this now. We're in our reality, in our universe, there's other universes. There's other universes that go beyond this universe.
For sure.
They're telling me that this is like the first step of the universe, and there's like 12 steps to get to the highest step. And
right.
Once we ascend in ascension and we work in this universe, then we ascend to another universe where we do deeper spiritual work. And that would be interesting to find out what that would be. I have questions. I do have questions with my teachers on things that I do get some answers to, and some answers I don't get to, and I don't know why. And I'm hoping one day.
Timing?
Huh?
Timing from their perspective, perhaps?
Well, the thing is, Bill, I want to know, when does a soul first get created? Is it in the insect stage? Is it in the animal stage? Is it in is it in the angelic stage? And then from there, do you migrate into the human stage and the spiritual stage?
It's such a great question. The old joke, was it the chicken or was it the egg? In another avenue. But it's a question that I think human beings, to some degree, maybe not verbatim, but in lots of instances, I think we're always questioning, was it the soul? Was it the mind? Was it the body? What was it, Alfie, if you will?
They say we came from the ape, but even
correct.
All animals have feelings. All animals take care of their offsprings. Sure. They have feelings. And you see where animals do show affection towards their I won't call them their master, but their owner, as if they're friends with them and so forth. So they do have feelings. They do have loyalty, and it'd be interested. I would be interested, and I don't know, would I treat things differently? Would I kill a fly in my house? Yeah, I would still kill a fly in my house. And I would still kill...
Well, it's so funny that you say that, because my wife and I really, 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 really do try to make a concerted effort with any kind of vermin. And you'd have to be here. If our house is sanitary and all of that, it's not that type of a thing. It's all the construction that's going on around us. We're driving animals out of their environments locally, regionally, worldwide. Another subject. Creepy crawly things, whatever, we try to open the door. A semi-humorous story, we had some kind of an insect the other day that was literally, you could have fit on the head of like a common pin, but it was a creature. So here I am down there trying to get the thing on I inadvertently crushed it, and I felt awful, but it was just so small. It was just so small. I was trying to be so delicate to help it get out the door that I think I probably put it to its demise. But then, what do you do when you're on a nice fishing trip or whatever, to use a quick, and here comes the black flies and the mosquitoes? Do you not just try to swat them and get them out of your ears? I mean, really, seriously. There comes a time where I guess you're killing nature, but I mean, it's a dilemma. It's a dilemma sometimes, because you're not intentionally, in some instances, like, I'm going to kill this fly. You know what I mean? Or maybe some of us do get to that point.
Well, you can't. What I do, if a bee comes into my house, I will catch it and help it out.
We need the bees. We need the bees. Yep.
And if a mosquito comes into my house, I'll kill it. And
Right.
if you think about it, if you get a mouse in your house, you want to get rid of the mouse. You don't want a mouse or a
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, you want that outside.
or
You want
termites.
that outside. Yep.
So I use the same logic with a fly or a mosquito, or if I see a ladybug, I'll help a ladybug. I don't know why.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So there's
Absolutely.
certain bugs I help and certain bugs I don't help. And when I kill something, and I say kill like a fly, um, I'll say, well, it'll just come back as a better fly or a
Correct.
better form of life or something like that. Um, I'll
Right.
acknowledge that I'm helping it to reincarnate into another existence.
Exactly, and I'm of a fervent belief that not only ourselves have been somewhere before, present, and in the future, I think animals do as well. I actually think I have no recollection of it, but I really, really think I was an animal in a former life, and I think it might have been a wolf or an eagle. No recollection. It's just some kind of a feeling in my affinity for animals, but I really believe that I might have been an animal in a former life.
I went through in America. Well, you might have heard of the Monroe Institute.
I have
Okay.
indeed.
And back in 19 late 80s, I went to the Monroe Institute in Virginia for a week
Yep.
and went through their program there. And they had an audio program that you'd listen to. You go down into your room and put on the headphones, and you would listen to this program, and it would bring dreams or visions into your mind. And I saw images of me in a prior life as an Indian and so forth.
No
And
kidding.
it was, in fact, it was the son of Sitting Bull. I was I was the
Wow.
son of Sitting Bull, and I went out to, and that was back in 1990. Then I went out to Colorado, Montana in about 2010 and visited the the website, not the website, the place of where there was a massacre. And Bill, I started crying. It's like,
The little big one, the little big one.
yeah, the Little Bighorn, yeah. I went there
Okay,
and I started crying. Um,
of course.
I, I don't know why. It's just feelings came up and so forth. So there's
A massacre is a massacre that should bring tears. How
yeah,
horrendous!
and so
How
forth.
horrendous!
So I I I know about reincarnation, and I really truly feel that we learn from each carnation. This is what the teachers tell me too. We learn. Can't remember who we were because who we were doesn't make a difference. It's what we were and
Exactly,
what wisdom we
exactly.
learned in that carnation, and that's what we remember. We remember not to kill, not to steal, not to abuse, not to be judgmental, and so forth. That's the wisdom we learn through each carnation. So,
Tim, I want to run down real quickly because Tim and I have talked about so many of these subjects separately and succinctly. And for those of you that might not know this, when you get there to do so, if you choose to do so, the path to oneness, there is indeed a whole video about the unconscious mind, the subconscious mind, the light body, the spirit. There's some really in-depth catalog of multiple videos, and there's a great ascension program. And I love the ascension program in and of itself, based around the lunar cycles. But I do it all the time because I love the music. I love the music to it. It's just so uplifting. It's so great. It's just so. I just wanted to throw that in there.
Bill, that's another thing I did. I went through and I organized the download of the Ascension program.
Right.
And I recommend four MP3s to listen to.
You do.
And I don't know if I can put those MP3s up in the program or not, if that's a violation of the author or not. And
I could stand corrected on what I'm about to say, so definitely check it out. But I believe if you were to do that, as long as you clearly state this is the intellectual property of the great song by, I believe that's the only disclaimer that you need. But I'm not a lawyer and I don't play one on television, but I do believe that gives you the waiver as long as you give the due intellectual acknowledgement too.
that's what comes to mind. That's a very good, Bill. Thank you for that. What I will
Oh, no,
do is I'll check the internet.
that, listen, the internet, as you well know, I always use the example of the old Hugo Montenegro Negro spaghetti western Clint Eastwood movies, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And with all fervency, and I don't think anybody would agree with this, the internet has really good information, depending on categories, authors, etc. Somewhere in the middle, obviously outrageous and bizarre and everything in between. But there is some really good information on the World Wide Web. You have to seek it out sometimes.
You know what, Bill? That's a good idea because I wanted to add the four. If you go into the program,
if you can do that, please do, because I think it would be to the behoove everyone. Those songs are so great, and I'm not going to say the artist, but I do believe you're covered under that premise, and I know you'll cover your tracks.
Well, what I have done in the past is if I get a message that someone downloaded the Ascension Master Program, I send them the MP3 and in an email to make it easier for them to listen to.
You do. You do. I can personally attest to that. In fact, Tim just sent me 3 MP3s about if you're having a little struggle in life, in whatever, or if you're having memory issues. I'll talk more about that at my shows this week in one of my daily shows. But Tim sent me 3 great MP3s. You need some myself. Everybody knows I have a couple of mental challenges. We work through them. We keep going. But they're great. They're just great. I listened to all 3 of them. Like the first 5 minutes he sent them, and there's a 12-hour time difference. Who cares? But as soon as he sends them to me, I can't wait. I'm going to listen to these. And I can't say enough how much I love music. Everybody that knows me knows that. But I just love the Ascension program in and of itself. But the music is just so great. And I'll be curious to what you do find out about intellectual property and whatever, but I think that is the disclaimer, if you will. Everybody's comfortable with that.
Yeah, I try to make the downloads as simple as possible and complete, so I don't have to interfere with the person attempting to.
It's in the eyes and ears of the beholder, as it should be.
Yeah.
As it should be.
To make it easier for the person downloading. Hey, Bill, I think our time is up.
It is, but a quick question for you. Do you think this is a great time to do the protection prayer and we'll end it? Or carry it over till next time?
No, let's do the protection prayer.
Okay, I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to go with you.
Bill, I'll tell you, it's funny that you raise that question. I'll tell you what I do, and I've been doing for the past, oh my God, 4 months. Long time, is there's haunted places around the world, all right? And if you go to the website and say, what are the haunted places around the world, you'll get a list of them from each country. And right now, I think there's thousands of them. So what happens is each day I find out, I start at Australia, go through Australia, and each one place. It could be a school in Australia and the name of the school. I'll look up the school, get the name of the school, see the location of it, and then I'll go, and my teachers get me up. I go to bed maybe about 9:30. They get me up, I don't know why, around 11 o'clock every night. And I get up and I'll do the prayer protection. and I'll send the energy. I'll call in my presence that haunted place, and I'll do the prayer protection. And there's a prayer I do with the site, and I call the energy in, and I surround it in a circle of light and armor of love, and do the protection prayer. And I started this knowing this back in, oh my goodness gracious, maybe 2010, when I was in New Zealand and did the prayer protection at a grave site. There's an energy. If the soul is there entrapped, the energy comes through me at the base of my spine, goes up to my head, and it's released. And so I do this every night, and 99.9% of the time I feel the energy coming up and a release of these trapped souls. Once in a while, nothing happens. And I think this is why this happens, is to show me that there's no trapped souls there. And when there is a trapped soul, I get the confirmation that the energy comes through me. And so the prayer protection is a great prayer. If you feel there's a trapped soul in your house, or to protect you against negative energies at home or at work, where you say the prayer of protection, it protects you against any negative energies in your home and in your work environment. Now, if there's a trapped soul in your house, or you think you have a ghost in your house, you say the prayer of protection, you'll release that energy out of your home. Especially if you have a trapped soul attached to you, you will not realize it unless maybe when you go into the bathroom and you look in the mirror, you feel you're going to see someone in the mirror. If you get that feeling, that means you have a soul attached to you. And if you have a trapped soul attached to you, they influence your thinking, your habits. They're living off you. They're like a parasite. They're living off you, influencing you to do things that you normally don't do. And that has happened to me once before, and I couldn't understand why I'm acting this way. And I was told, you got a trapped soul. And I went, oh my God. So once you do the prayer of protection, you release the trapped soul, you clean your environment, and you'll find yourself back to normal. So yes, we can do the prayer protection now.
Okay.
Now, if we do the prayer protection, let's have an intention for not only for you and I in this recording, but anyone listening to this, that they will again free their space of any negative energies and so forth. All right? Okay. Here we go. Mother, Father God, we surround this space in a circle of light and an armor of love, in which nothing can remain and nothing can penetrate unlike divine love itself. We call upon our loved ones to remove all energies and entities unlike divine love, taking them to thy Father for light and liberation. The Mother, Father God, frees these souls, frees these energies and entities, and I am accepts no reversal, individually or collectively, for the treatment of these energies and entities. We thank you in the name of the living God consciousness. Amen.
Perfect.
Very good, Bill.
I think that's a great place to end it. Quick question. All kidding aside, are we going to try to now get back on keel with the lunar cycles moving out? Or do we want to think about that and change it a little bit?
No, that should be good, because we're making changes. My wife and I are making changes. We're moving here in where we are living now to another city. I'm being guided to stop my English classes. They want me to have more free time, and I think the activity on the website's going to pick up. So they want me to be available to do more of their teachings and work with individuals than what I'm doing right now. So I'm replacing my English teaching with meeting with people all over the world and assisting them in consultations and so forth. So yeah, Bill, we
And
can
I'll do.
next
Go ahead.
next cycle would be good for us.
Okay, great. Let's do that. Let's get Tim out of here. With all due respect, he's got lots to do. Tim, my friend, I'll see you the next time around. Everybody else, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And I will expand a lot about a lot of the points I brought up tonight that I've been doing in the program and so forth. And yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow, same time, same station. Thanks, everybody. Peace, everybody. Bye-bye for now, and may God bless. Thanks, Tim.
Bill. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. I'll let you go ahead. See all the teachings of the Golden Ones at www.thepathtowoneness.com. Also at YouTube, Timothy Doyle, The Golden Ones. Visit us at Facebook and link it at The Path to Oneness.